Saturday morning, it was on, and he says, I've just been telling somebody about sledging down Cargate. I says, aye, he says, do you know, he says, I didn't believe you. Well, there was no traffic. No traffic much at all. Well, there was, but not much. And you used to go down Cargate Hill. Sometimes you manage to get round the corner, sometimes they're on the top. I know a few bones got broken.
Yeah.
But, you know, them things are gone. And yet you see, to see them, that photograph, it's many a time put in paper and that, where all of them on things stood out there with sledges taking them up and coming. And once traffic got going, they used to sand it and wouldn't let anybody go down it. You know, it used to be safety's sake. They used to set up at top of Ravine Hill. Nobody mentions that. They used to set up there.
You got a long run,
sometimes managed to get to bottom, sometimes, if you were lucky.
Yeah.
The other is the deep path up not long since. You know, as you go down, there's a path that goes up, halfway up Ravine, so to say.
Yeah.
That was called Glacier there. It used to get like glass. And that was Glacier.
Yeah.
And then the other one was come down and shoot across Glacier. And we coming across Glacier, he used to take off.
Aye.
And he used to come down. I had a hot sledge, I'm not kidding you, there was more nails in it, I think, than blooming wood. And it used to stand up, some used to come down to these fancy ones, used to be breaking them in no time. The things that went on down Ravine, such as that you don't get, imagine you don't get the snow here.
No.
What about the Crescent when you were younger? Did you ever go up to the Crescent, or was it summer off that you didn't really go?
Out of way that it was. Never had much to do down there at all. To Crescent, except
That's one of the things I was going to ask next. About if they're going on the Crescent.
Crescent pub. It was down there.
No, on the Crescent. If you went round that part of town.
No, in my younger days, that was more for the posh. That's top house.
The wealthy.
Like that top house. You used to also use that, but never used to use bar. Never used to use bar, they used also front room. You made me say guinea ring.
The wealthy people?
Oh yeah.
Did they?
Oh, the guinea ring up there. Yeah. If anybody went in that pub, you know, it's...
They stopped coming though after the war, didn't they? 1950s.
Yeah, it just dwindled down. It's but you still get that feeling down Crescent that they're above, cut above the others. A lot of them. I won't say most, because a lot of them's ordinary people that's got them now. If you know what I mean by ordinary people, such as me, ordinary.
What about Butlins, the holiday camp?
Now there are tales about that. Butlins did fairly well.
Yeah, so we've got another tape here, haven't we?
Believe me,
I'll forget the key.
We went down to Butlins.
We're going to continue. You want to continue?
But,
you want to continue?
Well, no, it's
rolling now.
I've had enough.
But, no, I'm telling you enough.
Eric,
talk to
it's rolling now.
Is it? Oh,
that's been 10 minutes.
Go on.
You'll have to edit it there. But where Butlins was concerned, now, I never went up there, but the Barrow boys used to go up there. They had to get something to take, and make a load of money. But Filey, our rents, Filey rents was much cheap. Council houses, much cheap. Your rates right down, because they paid rates. And of course it cut ours down.
A lot of money came in with rates from Butlins, didn't it?
It was ideal, it kept you in mood. And
I bet
tales for Butlins.
Butlins would pay more rates than the rest of the town put together, wouldn't they?
Yes, I'll tell you a tale, Joe, it's on. Appleby, I'll tell you work for. He come out of farming, he actually was. But anyhow, he went on boilers at Butlins. What do they call this chap? Oh, I can't think his name, he died, it poor devil. Oh. Anyhow, he was on this and he was old as I am, a proper farming with type and local, because he was farming block, was Appleby. Oh, he says, I can beat do any time at running. So I can beat do any time at running, full camp. It's holiday time. And there was a slope, a road that ran down in Butlins. I don't know if it's still there, it will be, unless they've levelled it, but it's a petrol farmer or whatever. Wouldn't be a farmer in them days, it'd be whatever he was going to share. Aye, yards for years, oh aye, yards for years. Took his shoes off, stuck in feet. Oh, his folks watching. What's his blooming name? I can't think of his dad. Anyhow, he says, still yards for years, yes, so happened because we were halfway down. He says, 1, 2, 3 off. Oh, aye. It stood at the top, I think it was only Bob's it to be, shillings per bet, the horse. They were stood at the top. 1, 2, 3 off. And Appleby, off like shot of a gun, from like heck down like this. But he stood at the top. Don't know, he says, it was worth paying down that bet, he says, just to watch to make a feeling, he said. But he was one, when pigeon racing was on, because he was a big fancier, was Appleby, also like his pigeons. And they used to run. I don't know where, I think from Chapel Corner, they got the thing and they had to run to start, to clock them in, the rings.
Yeah.
And what you could have runners. If you had pigeons, you weren't a good enough runner. Napoli used to tell me about that. He says it was really interesting, not just clock them in and that's it, but they had to, there's photographs somewhere of them all sat outside Star. I've never seen it for a bit.
The Star was the centre of the pigeon racing.
Yeah, outside where it is fenced off now, that bit there. I've seen a photograph somewhere about it. So no, but Butlins, oh dear. I worked up there for a bloke called Charlie Stewart, you know. You know when they double-decked them? Double-decked them up there. And I worked up there.
The Chalets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, that's up there. I'll tell you one thing about Charlie Stewart. There was a lot. When fishermen, bad time, it was winter when they did it. If they're having a bad time, they was going to work for Charlie, up there. No one knew half of what, about doing the job, but he was a paid up there. And what a Charlie Ball, he was up there, fisherman. Brand new flask he come that morning. Come to tea break, you put it down, does it put it down, it just exploded. Oh, man, lads. And then Ed Gardner, I'll never forget that, was stuck there one day just before bulldozers came in. And pruned all roses and all wicker fencing up, you know, for roses growing lovely all up there. Oh, they won't touch this, they won't touch this. It was bulldozer come, but straight up centre, what a blooming mess. And then they faced that other blooming idiot from West Riding. Yes, you'll know his name.
Guy?
Yes, he came round Filey with all these £50 notes. Everybody ordered all these.
He came round Filey?
Oh, he was all round as Mr. Guy, you know. He's got plenty of money. I'd been an old country all the time when he opened it. And I know we took a load of goodies from Youngmans when I worked for them at Scarborough. Into this. Fetched it all out again before long. It never took off.
Well, what did Guy try to do with it?
He tried.
I thought he was just an asset stripper.
Oh,
I thought he just took the scrap.
He makes all sorts of stars there. All sorts of stars coming out to begin with. But, I never went up, but no, he's all sorts seemed to happen with them. But it was, to me, it was a lovely camp. But did you see that film To the Night on about Camp Skegness?
No.
And how it's, after the war out there, people really got on with it and enjoyed life there, but that sort of entertainment went.
Yeah.
They didn't want it.
Mm.
But we could go up there on a Sunday for £0.50 and spend it all on roundabouts and all. What was going was free. Dances and what to have fun. And you had to be off by a certain time, you know. But half a crown was now. We used to try and get free passes and that, which you did sometimes. But it was an asset to farmers, Butlins. And I'll tell you something else and all. When workers got paid on a Wednesday, especially down here at Crown, money no object. And lasses started end at night crying for their mothers with all that so much ale, but the money that fetched down into town, not the holiday makers, the workers. And then of course, what happened? They started cutting staff, the money wasn't as good, so they were doing 2 jobs to make the money up. And of course, they were doing 2 jobs. They had time to come down, they used to get the odd drinks up there, and then just empty pubs. Wednesday night was a marvellous night in Filey.
When did it start going down? When did they start having to do 2 jobs then? Were it 1950s, 60s, 70s?
I don't know. I don't know, because I couldn't really say when they went down. It seemed to go all at once, did Butlins.
70s and...
See, because I had no truck with it. It was...
People were starting to go abroad, you see, weren't they?
Oh, that was a different sort of entertainment, wasn't it? Farley was also a court spot.
Yeah.
Even if some of you know yourself, if weather's thing, there's no... I said there was also plenty of entertainment in Butlins. And it were beautiful buildings. They're only saying the beautiful buildings, they're only like chucked up things, but they're all nice and clean inside and everything, dance halls. They used to have that big dance there, dance week, and such as that. My wife used to go up there to see them. She says they're marvellous. The dresses, different dresses.
How much did the town go down when Butlins closed?
I won't let you say it went down.
Because there were 10,000 people up there, and suddenly they were all taken away, weren't they?
They had nothing to do with Farley.
Yeah, but some of them used to come into Filey to spend money. They used to walk down the beach into Filey, you see.
Yeah, you'd get that. But as I say, with me not being relying on money, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Maybe shopkeepers soon found out about it. I'm not saying they didn't, but I didn't. Only thing, all of a sudden, when you to Scarborough, rents went up. That's when the ordinary people found out. When we were Farley UDC, we had a marvellous... councillors was only ordinary folks like me and you, if you know what I mean. Some of them business, but a lot of them went on because what they wanted and then they came off. But it's right. And as I say, you could stop a councillor in the street, say you were after a council house, give him your views and tell him, but you're Farley. And you're talking to Farley blokes. And let's see if they were right, they'd try and help you. But you can't go to Scarborough and talk, you can't talk to Eileen Bosworth. You can't talk to her, she's so blooming, to me, pig-headed and wanting another. I'm sorry to say it, but it's right. To me, she gets paid for what she does, but when she comes here, she tells you, I've done this, I'm doing that, I'm working all these hours. But she gets paid. She gets paid, and well paid. All of them do. I'm not going to say funny, I'm not just pulling her out, but they all do.
They get paid to do what we say, don't they?
Yes, but they don't do what we say. That's my opinion. 600 people to vote not to knock that place down, right? Dr. Vincent's I always called it. How many vote that it had to be taken down? There won't be that so many, would there?
No.
There won't be many to give that decision, yes, it's coming down. And yet 600 said no.
I don't think anybody would have bothered, would they, voting for it, coming down?
No. It could have been, such as that could have been done with, that's a bit more heritage gone, isn't it?
It could have been extended, like the old Blumberg School.
Yes.
They made a nice job of that,
haven't they?
That's a
beautiful job down there.
Yeah.
And that, you put it right on
They
there.
could have done exactly the same there.
Yes.
But it wouldn't have made the company as much money.
No, that's it. It's money. It's money. I'm sorry to say it, but it's such as that hurts me. They don't think of nothing, I'll knock it down, it's all right. It's same in that corner, somebody got on to me. Was George Sedman's hut.
Yeah.
Now, a bloke got on to me the other night. He took me home from pub. And he was on about it. And he says, he's from West Riding and all. And he said, I've spent many hours. In fact, he knows more about Filey than I know. He's been coming that so many years. But it's there. And he says, we used to have many a thing in there. But that was only supposed to be knocked half down. And
The planning permission was to extend it higher, yeah.
Well, locked out. And now, they must have gotten away with it because they've put footings in now. Ready to do it.
They've agreed they're going to rebuild in the same style, so it'll look similar to as it did. But once it's been knocked down, you can't rebuild it.
It's down, that's it,
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Which same as Queen Street. A lot of people said it should have stopped as it was. Well, I was one that said it should have stopped as it was. But the thing is, I don't know if you know Frank Kappelman. Frank Kappelman, he was Sordens. He made me know him. But anyhow, he's a big friend of mine. And he said, I got on to him one day. He said, I want to bloody live in one. He said, there were no damp spots. And you wouldn't have thought they were damp.
No, I knew they were damp.
Stone.
But there was no reason why people should live in them. There could have been holiday lets in the summer when it was dry.
But no, there's some lovely, beautiful bungalows.
There could have been, with modern materials, they could have been restored. They could have got rid of the damp.
Only thing I have against that is why they built them flats so near thing. And same with these houses back here, aren't they? Why they built so near to Ravine Top?
Which ones?
Ravine Top, what you call Ravine Top?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I cannot understand why they built them so far down near to edge.
Yeah, they're going to fall down in a few years, aren't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to think I had one.
Yeah.
Would you?
That's where Bob Mason lived, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but Bob Mason used to live in Newlands.
Did he?
So you wouldn't know. But you want one of the early ones. I knew all the early, because I was born up there, I knew most of the early ones then. But as I tell you about Doran, I don't remember Doran being there. But my mother told us he lived there, see, so my mother went in when they were brand new. But down here, there were so many houses cut off down these yards, so many houses still up, right? Well, if they went down, going that far, why didn't they build some more? Instead of just clearing it, why didn't they build some more just down here? They've gone as near as it. A good job they haven't when you look at it now. I wouldn't agree to it, but why didn't they? So I don't know. But that's another little thing where they've.
You've heard about the latest development, have you? Behind the Star. Houses and flats behind there.
In fact, I was talking to a bloke that think breweries aren't worried about beer. Do you think Star will be there in a few years' time, if that gets passed?
Probably not, no.
And no one's same firm, by all accounts, owns grapes.
Yeah.
Right through.
Yeah.
Wait and see. Wait and see. Time. In
know.
100 years' time, take note. It's right, though, isn't it? One day they'll come and someone will watch that. If you keep it on.
They'll have a problem knocking the grapes down.
Well.
It used to be a bathhouse, I believe.
Did it? Yeah, we'll just.
If you can show that it was a bathhouse, they won't knock that down.
Yeah, we'll just watch that way, though.
I can see the idea, yeah.
They'll have to have
It's a nice big plot for
entrances to go in and one thing or another. We'll wait and see. So, that's fairly, isn't it?
What about religion when you were younger? Were your family, were they religious at all? Or?
Yes, Salvationists. I've never called myself a Salvationist, but we attend there for Sunday school. My mother loved singing, and she was a good Salvationist, my mother. But we always classed ourselves as C of A.
Right. So you didn't go to the Ebenezer?
No. I used to go with my mother to plays and that down there.
Did you?
That's another beautiful place that's gone. They're going to try to keep it, but I wouldn't have one of them.
No.
I wouldn't have one what they're doing. It's. I'm glad they're going to do it up because it's been a crying shame for what's happened to that place. But that's it. They didn't run it. It weren't worth running, and I don't know. Somebody's made money out of it, and somebody will make money out again. But I can't see any. There's no outlook from it, is there? No. You live in there. There's no outlook.
No.
Even back way, it's terrible to look onto that. But,
what about your family? Did they, from your mother's side, did you know of any connection to the lifeboat at all? Did any of them crew the lifeboat or anything?
You know, oh, my brother. My brother was on tractor. The longest word. He was on tractor. He was also to do with life-saving rocket brigade.
On the rocket brigade, yeah.
In fact, they used to practice a lot upon Church Farm, and a lot sees that post up there, rocket post. What they all call a rocket post. Now that there's been moved a lot of times. There's that for different fields, and it's right at top now. But I remember when it was further down, they used to shoot. In fact, they got the rocket to send line out, and they set it off one day when I was going out. I think it was the first time they'd done it. I think it was. Can't talk about the noise. In fact, I don't know if I'd been in the army, so I'd have been used to it. But they set it off to send rope over rocket post. That was the target to go over. And, God, it frightened me to death. But, no, he got long service medals for that and other. But I also had an argument about it. The argument with my brother was, you want to do this and you want to do that voluntary. I said, you get paid. Oh, hi. I says, come on British Legion with me. I says, for nothing. I says, in fact, you pay to go into a pub more or less to have a drink while you're at a meeting. I says, do that for nothing. Oh, no, anybody can do out for now, he says. It was like that, my brother. But they get paid. So you can't call it voluntary if you're getting paid. No. I don't care what you say. I'm afraid it's a sore subject with me when they say voluntary. A lot of them do it. Don't get me wrong. They won't all be saying. A lot will do it, even if for nothing. But there's a lot wouldn't do it if they didn't get the pay.
No, that's true.
But no, the whole practices and that used to come up onto Church Farm to do it. So they used to see them there. In fact, they used to have the bloke that used to collect milk from farm used to use his wagon to take all the ropes and that and equipment up. And if there was ever a call out, that was his doing. But when they were once supposed to be called out, and it's so funny, it used to be 2 foot lifeboat, and 3 foot for the rocket brigade, right? Well, I remember going to work that morning. I don't know why, but I was going over the bridge, and I only ate 2. And whether there'd been a misfire or what that morning, but they should have all gone. But nobody turned up for the rocket brigade because they said there was only 2, and they said 3 up. That's going back some time. And that's another thing about when they repaired bridge. That's another story. The heaviest thing that goes over that bridge now, this is my saying, is a pregnant woman wheeling twins in a pram. That's the heaviest thing that'll go across that bridge. And they must have cost it, all re-bricked it either side, it must have cost thousands to do it. And that's the heaviest thing that goes across because it was blocked off straight away. You couldn't take a wagon across. And it did hold a tank, I reckon, if it were a tank across.
Do you remember the rocket brigade then?
Oh yeah, they used to come on to Church Farm to do it.
You remember them practicing?
Yeah.
Can you tell us what sort of things they did?
Oh no, as I say, I'm practicing. They all had the numbers, and it was like any artillery effort. They'd have the numbers, which they used to have on their arms, where they positioned themselves for it. Because I tell them, I think it was the first time they used this rocket. And it frightened me to death, well, the noise. Because it used to be in that field where the post would be approximately where them new swings are now.
So the rocket ball was actually further down
So
this way?
they used to start near, back at where you come into the old swings. There's some old swings there, isn't there, what they've changed, they've left them there.
That's right, yeah.
But they've positioned themselves there to send up at rocket post.
Yeah.
And that's where it was when this new one went up.
Where was the rocket ball in?
It failed us about where the new ones. They
Right.
moved it about 3 or 4 times, that rocket post. Because folks thought, no, I said, I know, because when you worked there, you saw it.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be a ship's mast, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But you used to know more, I knew all them that was on it. And that's how you've seen your photographs, you'll have got them somewhere, do you?
Yeah. Are there any of those people still alive?
Yeah.
Who actually carried out
not
practices?
the old ones, not the old ones. I think our David's son went on it. I don't know if Greenie was on or no. Can't say his first name now. I think he was on.
They'd be useful people for interviewing, you see.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
looking for
he lives
somebody.
down in London, does our David's lad. But I don't know anybody that's there were all a lot of, to me, there were old men in them days, but there weren't.
Yeah.
It was me that was younger.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We ain't got a rocket brigade now, have we?
No. Modern technology made it redundant.
No, it's what they call it, isn't it? It's all Coast Guard now, they do it all.
Yeah, with the helicopters and things like that, they don't need it, do they?
Because our David
Modern
went,
technology just
yeah.
made it redundant.
Well, our David went down for Ware's son that tumbled over cliff. That was on go then when he used to go down for the, it was on go then. And that was a tragedy, but the other tragedy down there was a lad same age as me, a lad called Osborne. He used to live in Newlands, and he went with Coast Guard's son on cliff, and Coast Guard's son ran home and went to bed. And I'll never forget that night. It thundered, it lightened, it did everything, but it was a stormy night. And they went down, they said he'd been living because they said he'd been bleeding. They don't bleed or something, it's the thing they say, he'd been a lad. And they reckoned if the Coast Guard's son had told them straight away, they might have saved him. But he didn't, have been frightened and gone straight back. That was a tragedy. Yeah. As I said, we were always warned of it. My mother always at me about going on cliffs. Never go up there. Too dangerous and sat to her. He took it in. And I think most of the locals know that, but you always find somebody, don't you?
Somebody goes over every year just about, don't they?
But they never used to know. Actually, we did have the holiday camps and that round. People respected it. Same as climbers that used to go down, climbing down cliffs. I never went down, but I've been where you have to pull them up. There's a proper way to pull them up.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, Jack Axby, Selders, just when we were working there, we used to go with Gibsons and all. They had proper equipment to go down, good ropes and lot. And that's why they've got so many gulls. If they left them alone, they don't cull eggs, but you aren't allowed to take eggs. But they used to go with baskets full. Bernard shop here, when they had the old shop.
I've been told that when you were young, you didn't see any seagulls in Filey. There weren't any birds because
You didn't see
because of the climbers.
Oh, you did. But when my mother scanned, no then, they used to say,
They all used to come round.
hello, I bet it's bad weather. But fishermen didn't used to go up and say, they ain't bothered to come down, it's bad weather. They used to wait while they got right down there. And they said, oh, we aren't off today. And they had to trail right back. But, as I say, gulls only used to come like that, bad weather. Plus, I was only telling somebody the other day, early morning, you used to see gulls straight up to tip. and you could time them at night coming back. They never used to go and stop on. They're in the stop on blooming tips now. They're
there all the time,
They
yeah.
used to come back to the nesting spots now. Always onto cliffs. So I don't know. Now they're luckily they're down straight. They can keep them down straight. We don't want them. They're bad enough when you do hear them on a morning. But
Why don't you get any down at your end?
oh yeah, not as much. Not now. I heard them once or twice, but last year they weren't bad at all. But by a year before, oh, they're terrible. In fact, they started nesting.
Don't they nest on your chimney pots?
They wouldn't have a chance, but you aren't allowed to check them off, you know.
No.
We once started nesting somewhere well, we went this year, but I think they got rid of it. I'm afraid if someone saw them doing it, man, there won't be a nest to get rid of, but I'd make sure they weren't going to nest there. Oh yes, they've nested up there before. But I don't know.
'Cause we get them nesting on the chimneys just opposite us every year. Come to the same place.
Yeah, but
And when the baby comes down on the ground, you've got to watch yourself, otherwise
they come at you.
you get attacked.
But Jim said, you know, where he sits where you can look out at a window and see what's happening above there. And she says, there's them. I says, look at these blooming gulls. Well, all right. I said, they aren't all right. Not to me, they aren't. I said, you can please yourself. Have you seen Scarborough? We go to sea cadets. We went up to it. And all along a ledge there, muck and filth. There they are with the young and screaming out. I couldn't do with it. I'd have to have fire brigade there and just swish it all off, get rid of it. It's all right saying, they've been there years. They haven't been there years. They never used to come on to put chimney pots and one thing and another. So they can't say, they've been there years. They've always been there. They haven't. So I don't know.
You used to be involved with the British Legion, I believe.
Oh, aye. Yes. So it's sort of tale, but I've been twice down to Albert Hall with Carrot Up. Been 3 times, but twice with Filey Standard. I dedicated the new standard, not the one that got, because why they dedicated them, I don't, but no, that was beside the point. Dedicated a standard, and the one they laid up, my father carried and had it dedicated, the other one. So the one I took, when I first went down to Albert Hall with the standard, I took what they call the old one. The one I found out later, my father had it dedicated. And when I gave it up and dedicated the other, so I gave it up and dedicated one. And I took that down to Albert Hall. And it was a proud moment. Mm-hmm. When you hit that floor, you've seen them come down, haven't you? With standards. And when it's that floor, you're representing Filey, and by God, I was proud that day. I was, both times, and I mean proud. What they did, first time we took it, no, we didn't. The year before we put in for taking it, they went down to Albert Hall, and what they did to see if they could get it back for church in time, because if they couldn't, they weren't going to send it, because we wanted it at Filey. So what we did, when I took it, got to York, they picked me up at York, fetched me back in Filey, and then I went to church with it and took it at Sunday Taffets. So it went London at Saturday night, and we prayed in Filey on Sunday morning. But they wouldn't have done it, wouldn't have let me go if it hadn't, but we did it. We did it twice.
Had your father served in the services?
Yeah. Oh, aye. He that's why we came to Filey, First World War.
Right.
He had the MC, Military Cross, I think it is, that they get mostly. I didn't know, but as I say, I don't know much about him. But
what was he called? What was your father called?
Chris Lang. He should I say, he got it. my mother told me, taking mules behind lines, you know, but up to front line with ammunition. Must have been a rum job in there, in France it was. Must have been a rum job in them days. But surprised nobody talks about it. But I don't know, I've never seen his medals. As far as I know, Duncan or David's lad got his medals. Which I didn't want them anyhow. Like as I say, I didn't want no truck with my father. I was a mummy's boy because she fetched us up, which is only right. He was a very smart man, by all accounts, bowler hat, and she once kicked it down bloody stairs, and she's put a dint in it, printed it out. It's all how smart he was. That had to be polished.
Underneath?
And Mrs. Addington went across for her to go out. Our Mary, my sister, to go out. And when she got there, she said, "Have you done my shoes?" And she hadn't done them properly. She says, "No, she's going out now, she can stop in for that." She wouldn't let her out. But he was a smart man. As I say, he rode into Filey on a white horse with his Halifax, both of them, they reckon. And he was best man for my mum and dad. And I know his grandsons now. I told one of them the other day, said about him being his granddad being. And he left his missus, and he came up not long after. You know, a few years back I saw him. But, oh no, that's how a lot of people got here, you know. Came up in during war, a lot of army personnel and got on with women and married them.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an army base, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What about now with the British Legion in Filey? Are you still involved, or...?
I'm afraid not.
No.
I'm a Legion member, but I had the dirty done on me. I'm not going to say I got pushed out because I put down to have another, what they call it when you have another AGM.
A special?
Well, the AGM
Extraordinary?
wasn't done properly, to my opinion. I didn't even know I'd been voted off. As it happened, it's a very sore point, but it's very good for anybody to know this.